Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, and welcome to Behind the Business. We are looking forward to featuring Nasreen Chamda. Nasreen Chamda is one of the selected judges for the Chalo Let's Cook cook-off. We're just waiting for Nasreen. We did have a bit of a glitch with the previous one, inshallah. Let's see. Yes, so there we go. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Walaikum salam. How's it?
Alhamdulillah, how's it? Gorgeous, looking stunning.
You?
Too early in the morning for so gorgeous.
Oh, how's it?
Okay, and you, man. Nice to catch up with you.
I haven't seen you in a while. How have you been?
Too long. Nes, if we start talking, we'll ignore everybody on this entire live.
Guys, I see a lot
Right?
of people joined. Hi.
So, Nes, I want to, obviously, your page now makes you look like a supermodel,
No,
but
don't touch things.
not true. I mean, Alhamdulillah, mashallah, you've been
That's
featured so beautifully in so many different brands, etc. So, if you have new followers looking at your page, you're looking like a model at the moment. But let's take ladies all the way back to the very first Bake Off. Let's take them there.
okay. Ready for you. What would you like to know?
So, Nes, when did this passion for food, or is it food and baking or more baking?
So you know what? It started off only baking. So yeah, when I was a kid, I used to bake with my mom and then my colors, and I got very into doing the birthday cakes for all the nieces and nephews that popped up along the way, and
Okay.
that's where like the love for it started. And then yeah, I just got into it, and I used to have a lot of fun with it, and it just became something I became very passionate about. And then the bake off happened, and
Let's go back to the Bake Off, because now obviously when you entered the Bake Off is exactly what potential contestants will be feeling at this point. You were obviously just dabbling in a hobby. It was something you did just for fun. Am I correct to say there wasn't a professional program that was behind you when you entered the Bake Off?
when I entered, I was an amateur. I just had experience. I was self-taught. It came from reading a lot of books, watching a lot of videos, and playing around in the kitchen and just having fun. And
So
obviously,
let's take them back to that moment, right? Because that's where they are now with Chalo Let's Cook. An opportunity presents itself. You read about this Bake Off, like how they reading or hearing about Chalo Let's Cook. Tell us from that moment, what did you do?
so obviously, Bake Off was a British brand, and it's something that we used to watch on DSTV. And I always used to think about, oh, how cool it would be if we actually had something like this, and I would so definitely enter. Not necessarily to win or get a platform or a title, but just to have an opportunity to be able to showcase what you're capable of,
Yeah.
engage with other people, learn from professionals. It would be such an opportunity for our community. And the
Were you at that point camera shy? I mean, Alhamdulillah, you've grown to a point where
so
you handle yourself.
you know me, I'm never shy. So for me, it
Were
was
you never were you never shy even at that point?
no, even at that point, I was just excited to see, okay, let's see how far we can go with the audition process. And with Bake Off, there was a theoretical component to the audition. There was a practical component to the audition. We had to take in examples like taste testers to see what we're capable of doing. And I just became so obsessed with it. And as I got through the different stages of auditions, which actually went through over a period of like a few months,
Mhm.
kept on progressing to the next level. I got more excited, and then my confidence started to boost. And I was like, wait a minute, I actually have something that I can like really now take to another level. And I think that brought about a lot of confidence, where I started
So
realizing,
it can even build a confidence if you join this.
exactly. So, for example, if you're used to making a sourdough bread or something very basic, once you get that confidence to say, okay, I made it through the first round. Like, what else can I try? Maybe I put more dairy. Let's try maybe
Yes.
not. So let's do a bread basket, or the Phoenix, for example, that I did on the Bake Off. And you just are able to then push yourself and see what you're capable of doing and experimenting, which is what food's about. It's about being in the kitchen, doing what you love, tasting things, experimenting with new flavors, new techniques, and there's so much of
Yeah.
out there.
So are you also giving the same advice to say start with something you know?
Look, if you haven't done it before, then yes, start with something you know and do it to the best of your ability. You don't have to go into this audition trying to do entremets and mousse cakes if you've never done it before. That, I think, you'd be shooting yourself. So don't do it. Rather start off with a simple Madeira cake, for an example, which is how we
Yeah.
start, and then
Yeah.
build flavor profiles, and then try and experiment in different techniques and flavors, and then you take it up that way.
So,
Because
Miss, how far did you get in the Bake Off?
in the Bake Off, I went to the finals.
Wow, what an epic feeling. And that just started with, I'm going to try this out. And you got to the
It's
finals.
so fun. Honestly, I didn't even know how far I was gonna get
I
because
think we need to do a Bake Off marathon and rewatch all of that. It was so, you know, I didn't have DSTV at that point. I need to rewatch everything of all your episodes, inshallah.
my little one, she wasn't born when the Bake Off aired. And she actually got into it now about a month ago. And she's like, Mommy's on the Bake Off. Mommy bakes. Mommy does this. So I've been rewatching a few
Akira, she's so cute. Mashallah.
expressions. And, oh, Mommy, let's make a rainbow cake this weekend. That's my instruction for the weekend. So I will do
Oh,
that.
mashallah. No, it is, Ness, exactly what you're saying. It's no matter where you get,
Yeah.
even if you get just to the first or second or third, you have these memorable, unforgettable moments that you can always relive with Chalo Let's Cook, with your kids or with your family. And it's something you can watch again and say, I tried it, I did it. Ness, after the Bake Off,
Yeah.
where did you go for the
So look, after Bake Off, I did get this social media platform, and I got to work with a lot of different brands, and I got to meet a lot of different people. But for me, the most important thing was I got to work with a lot of charity organizations. And for me, cupcakes are the most dearest one to my heart. It's something that I work very closely with, something I'm very passionate about. We're always running different projects, different fundraisers. So for me, it was just that I had a chance to be heard. Not to say that you need a platform to be heard, because everybody can make a difference if you do it together or
Yeah.
even by a single effort. But I think for me, it was just that I got the opportunity to take not even a leadership role, but just to get other people to be involved with me in the different projects. And I get to actually with you also a lot of the time because
Alhamdulillah, mashallah. Ness, you know what? We're going to talk about the moment that you became judge, right? I want to know, how did you get involved with Chalo Let's Cook?
Okay, so I met Tasneem a few years ago, and I always knew she was into food, someone that I go to her page to find recipes from. So I've tried a lot of her recipes, absolutely delicious food, and she's just the most amazing, amazing human being. And she called me up one day, and it was actually funny because it turned into a video call because she video called by mistake. And I was driving to work, and as you know what, I've got this exciting project coming up and I really, really want you to be on board. Please consider it. And for me, it was like the greatest honor because I have the utmost of respect for her. And I actually worked with her before on another cooking competition. And I set a really with Irtika magazine. And
Yes.
she turned kausea, which was a savory dish, into a dessert. And we used like molecular gastronomy. So it was all about like
It was epic. I saw that. It was
it was
amazing.
outstanding. So when I saw her going on to MasterChef, for me, that was just like, you know what, my friend, you're going places and
Yeah.
you really deserve it. And I was just so excited and honored to be able to stand with her on her journey now and be considered to be a judge. And yeah, no, I'm just extremely excited to see because I know this
So
competition.
how did you answer when she said to you, I want you to be a judge? How did you answer that?
Was anything for you?
Oh, I love it. It's so cute. So Tasneem from Chalokawa said that you trained her for MasterChef. You trained her.
You know what? She's being very sweet there. I wouldn't say I trained her. I think that, you know, when you have a little bit of a background in a cooking show or you experiment with different techniques and you share your knowledge, I think
Mhm.
that's when you help other people to grow in areas that they want to grow into and they want to go explore into. And
Yeah.
like so amazing. So she told me actually that when she was on MasterChef, she thought about me all the time. How did Nasreen Chamda do this? How did Nasreen Chamda do this? And
Oh man.
you know, she was absolutely outstanding. Every episode, she was just absolutely fantastic. You know, she hit the heart every time, and we're so proud of you
Oh,
and everything that
we
she's
are. Yes, we proud of you.
so
So
much
now,
more as well.
going to her comment to say you trained her for MasterChef.
Yeah.
We obviously have very limited time with our interview, but if there's one piece of advice or something that you feel would be valuable to give people who are entering Chalo Let's Cook, what would it be?
Cook from your heart. That I think would be the most important thing, because if your heart's not in it, nothing's gonna work out. So Bismillah and cook. Chalo, let's go.
Okay, so Nes, this whole thing that we're doing, interviewing the judges, we actually trying to break a fear because, like you said, you've built a platform, and it can be very intimidating for people who actually don't know you. I mean, I know you're just crazy, and people will see Nasreen Chamda with all these gorgeous pictures and a perfect little Instagram page, not little, but a perfect big Instagram page, and it can be very scary to now serve a humble dish to Nasreen Chamda. She was on the Bake Off. She was a finalist. It's so scary. So we're trying to obviously make it less intimidating. And also, maybe if you could share some tips for them if they do end up meeting you on the judges panel, right? So if they do end up needing to now have what would you be looking for? What would you give 10 out of 10 for when you see that dish? This is something that will just, win for you.
Okay. So firstly, guys, whoever's entering or anyone else that's watching, I'm like the nicest person, so please don't be afraid.
We need to work on that modest thing there.
So, no, but seriously, you know me, right?
I know you. You are.
Like honestly, don't be afraid. I know it's daunting. I know that you're stepping out of your comfort zone, but the fact that you're taking that step is such a big achievement in itself. So you're already like almost there, And I think just making sure that your presentation is on point, making sure that you are happy with the dish that you're putting forth. If I was going to serve you something, I'd want you to enjoy it. So I think it would be the same thing. There's no such thing as a humble dish. Every dish starts somewhere and then you add on as you go. So it would be, for me, presentation is a must. I have this thing for creativity. So anything out of the box would always grab my
Are you
attention.
also going to say what all the other judges are saying? We eat with our eyes first.
Well, that is a fundamental, but you need to take a second look. And the second look sometimes grows on you as you go into the dish and you taste the layers of flavor that build up. So for me, it's not just about the way it looks. Yes, presentation is extremely important, but the taste and the flavor, I want you to leave me with a memory. Let me taste your dish and think, oh, you know what? This took me back to when my mom made this dish. Or, oh, okay, I remember something like this from before. Or
You're making me think of Ratatouille when that major
exactly.
food critic comes in to taste and then he serves Ratatouille. Am I saying it right? Ratatouille. And and everybody's like, what? How can you serve him this? And then he takes him back to when his mom made this for him as a child, and that's what wins it for that. Okay, the terrible thing is there was a mouse involved in that whole cartoon. Ness, do you think on the flip side though,
Yeah.
would there be a that you'll see? Is there something that would be like, oh no, this is a red zone for me. I don't like this at all. Is there something like that for you?
Look, I am not a
Or
fussy
like
person.
pet peeves? Let's say.
No, I don't have any pet peeves, because if I had a pet peeves, I wouldn't have agreed to do this, because then that's not fair. Sorry, that's going to be a judge. You have to be willing to try everything. Whether you've tasted it before, whether you haven't tasted it before, everybody has their own style of cooking. The way I cook is not the same way that you may cook, even if we use the same ingredients. So it's
Absolutely.
open-minded to trying new things, whether it's something you like or dislike. But like I said, if you're not prepared to try everything, then you shouldn't be a judge in this competition, because it's
Absolutely lovely.
so as much as it's a journey for the contestants, it's a journey for the judges as well. Because now we exploring different people's way of cooking, and we also then taking that knowledge and then going to be using that in our daily lives as well.
I love it. Nasreen, would you have any final comments before we say goodbye to you?
So I would like to use this opportunity to ask everyone to enter. We have Sunday available, so please, please, please take up this opportunity. It's going to be amazing, amazing. The team is working.
And fun. Please tell them how fun is it.
It's going to be a lot of fun, and I promise you, all the judges, Tasneem, the behind-the-scenes Raz, we're all going to be there to cheer you on. We're going to have positive criticism to take forward if you do go through, but also if you don't go through, the fact that you entered, that is like an amazing. And we hope, inshallah, that we can run this competition in the
annually.
And so it will be an opportunity for people to come out and, just try something different. So my engagement, go.
It's a beautiful platform, ladies and gentlemen. This platform is growing bigger day by day. It's already on a YouTube platform. It's on a Facebook platform. It's on an Instagram platform. So it's an amazing opportunity to jump onto. So I'm definitely going to second what Nasreen is saying. It's always too lovely chatting to you. Thank you so much for your time this Juma morning. Juma Mubarak. I hope you have a lovely day forward. Jazakallah. Thanks, Nasreen, and everybody tuning in. We'll catch you another time. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum salam.